Jeff Moore, Jeff the Wealth Builder. We're on the next edition of Building Wealth for First Generation Wealth Builders. And this is a great podcast to get money information and money mindset and money matters in place for first generation wealth builders. And today we're going to talk about how first generation wealth builders can be a instrumental part in closing the wealth gap here in America. It only takes one person in the family to adopt a mindset that money will always be in the family going forward. So one of the things that we're going to talk about today with this mindset change and with this mindset adaptation that we're going to do is we're going to talk how we can close and reduce the wealth gap between Black and white America here in the United States of America. And today we are going to talk about life insurance, because life insurance is the most cost-effective way to close that wealth gap. It is estimated that there is about a $12 trillion gap between rich and poor people here in America. So we're not going to talk about what life insurance is. I want to concentrate on today about what life insurance does. And I have three main points that I want to talk about in bringing some exposure and some awareness why life insurance should be in every first generation wealth builders portfolio. And like I said before, it's not what it is exactly what it does. So here are some of the benefits. We're going to talk about three today on how life insurance can be used to close the wealth gap for Black and brown Americans here in the great old United States of America. So first thing I want to preference this is not your mother's and this is not your daddy's life insurance. The life insurance that our parents was raised up on was concentrated primarily on being death burial benefit. So we're not talking about that here because there's been some new technology and there's been some new plans in life insurance that can be incorporated now and be designed to be a wealth building asset. And we're going to talk about why it is important to have the life insurance as a moat around your financial castle. And it's not because of what it is, life insurance, it's because of what it does. And the first thing that it does to close the wealth gap here in America is that it is a great vehicle to replace income. You know, many times in the Black and brown communities, when we have an untimely death, we have to go through death on two different levels. The first death is the emotional, and the second death is that the loss of income that is in our households. So the first thing that we're going to use life insurance as a cost-effective mechanism is to replace the income that is coming into the households. And many insurance companies use different tables and different factors and things that go into place on how they come up with that life insurance for replacement. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about a guide that you can use on how income replacement could be determined. And if you are it's going to be really quick and simple. And let's say if you between the ages of 30 and 40, you know, an insurance company will replace your income probably 30 times the amount of money that you're making per year. So if you're making $100,000 a year and you want to have that $100,000 protected as a income replacement mechanism, we refer to that as human life value. What is the economic value that the loss of that $100,000 income will be to the family? And as I stated before, under 40 years old, that economic value will be 30 times income. So about $3 million that the insurance companies will be able to provide you in coverage to replace that $100,000 of income. And that is very important. And as you get older, 40 to 50 years old, they will probably, in most cases, cover 20 times of your income, and between 50 and 60 years old, probably 15 times your income, 60 to 70 years old, 10 times your income, and over 70, 5 times your income. So that's a great base that you can utilize to make sure that you have enough coverage in the household to replace income. And the second thing that we want to talk about, while life insurance is the most important thing to have in your portfolio, the most cost-effective way to reduce the wealth gap in America, is that life insurance provides a tax-free wealth transfer. And it's so important that that wealth transfer can be used in many different ways. It could be used to pay off debt. And that's one of the main things that the life insurance can be used for, is to pay off debt of homes, debt of student loans, debt of credit card loans, all the different types of variations of debt that can be in the household that life insurance will be able to get rid of. Because oftentimes when a life insurance is not in place, that that benefits and that debt gets accumulated and compounded, and many times set many people back several years to get back to starting point because of all of the debt that was accumulated by the loved one. So this is a great tax-free transfer of monies to pay off all debt. And I will add another caveat, and also to provide monies to fund education, to provide monies to pay for that next wedding, to have monies available to have a financial cushion that you can be creative in the next aspect of your life. So you don't have the financial stress that is involved oftentimes when life insurance is not present in the home. And the last thing, and my favorite thing, that life insurance is to be used as a closing the wealth gap in America, is to be able to provide funds, to provide money to start businesses, to provide money to buy investment properties, to have money to get and take massive positions in the stock market, to provide money to make an investment into yourself. So the biggest investment of all that you can make is an investment of yourself, for you to be creative, for you to have money to come up with ideas. It reminds me of the story of Master P, and Master P used the proceeds from his grandfather's life insurance policy to start a business. And now that business is worth well over $200 million. So kudos to Master P for having the foresight and having the awareness to take the proceeds from a life insurance contract and use it as a wealth building mechanism. And that is one of the most dominant things that we can have in our portfolio, and one of the most cheapest things that you can buy to be a vehicle to provide money, to buy assets, to provide money to pay off debt, and to have money to replace income. Life insurance is the most cost-effective way and the most cost-effective thing to have in your financial portfolio to close the wealth gap in America. Jeff the Wealth Builder, on a mission to serve the first generation wealth builders with valuable information to not only make the money, to protect the money, to grow the money, to enjoy the money, and to pass the money. See you on the next episode. Have a great day.